Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's exactly 8 p.m. here in Cairo, and it's time for the news, Panorama News, where we bring you the latest in politics, economics, and sports. I'm Rana Al-Qassas, and I'll be with you in the political segment. And we start off with President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, who held talks on Tuesday with the ministers of irrigation and water resources of a number of Nile Basin countries, including Sudan, Tanzania, Uganda, South Sudan, and Burundi. The meeting was attended by Minister of Water Resources and Irrigation, Dr. Mohammed Abdel Aati. Ambassador Ala Youssef said President el-Sisi welcomed the ministers and pointed out that Egypt is keen on enhancing its relations with African countries. For their part, the ministers asserted the significance of broadening cooperation among Nile Basin countries, including Egypt. The ministers are participating in a conference organized by the National Center for Water Research in Cairo. And on the second day of his visit to Egypt, Slovenian President Borut Pahor met with Prime Minister Sharif Ismail in Cairo on Tuesday to discuss means of boosting bilateral relations in various domains. During the talks, the Prime Minister said the expanded talks held at the Ittihadiyya Palace had focused on means of strengthening bilateral ties on the political and economic fronts. Ismail invited Slovenian businessmen to invest in Egypt, reiterating that the country opens the doors to investors from Slovenia and other world countries. In this respect, the Premier reviewed procedures undertaken by the government and its government to reform the economy, achieve the gross domestic product GDP of nearly 6%, attract local and foreign investors, achieve an integrated social system to protect low-income brackets. For his part, Fahor said his visit is aimed at enhancing economic cooperation and developing trade ties between Egypt and Slovenia. He also asserted that he is looking forward to foster ties with Egypt in all fields and continue coordination and consultations regarding regional and international issues of mutual concern. Also on Tuesday, Fahor attended the Egyptian-Slovenian Businessmen Forum, which focused on means of boosting economic, trade and investment cooperation between the two countries. He later visited the Giza Pyramids Plateau. Upon the directives of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, the Administrative Control Authority unveiled an international network for trafficking human organs. The authority said the network includes Egyptians and Arabs who abuse the harsh economic conditions for some citizens to convince them to take part in human trafficking in exchange for small sums of money. It said the traffickers' network made huge profit and included doctors, nurses, owners of medical centers, and mediators. The armed forces eliminated 8 terrorists and arrested 4 others as part of efforts to clear terrorist hideouts in North Sinai. A statement issued by the armed forces said that during the operation, weapons depot was destroyed. The statement added that other buildings used by terrorists were also destroyed. Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry continued his visit to the United States on Tuesday. He is due to hold talks with UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon in New York later in the day. On Monday, the top diplomat held talks with International Monetary Fund Director Christine Lagarde. He said Egypt is committed to implementing the economic program, adding that most of the Egyptian people are aware of the importance of the economic steps. Shoukry also met with the executive director of the Arab grouping in the International Bank, Miraza Hassan, and the meeting followed up on the International Bank's programs in Egypt and reviewed political, economic and social developments in the country.